We are here at Teresa Seaton's studio on Spring Garden Drive, right here in Burlington, for the pre-show exhibit to the Art in Action actually, Burlington studio tour that comes up in November 2nd and 3rd. Now, Teresa, first of all, we're in your studio, and it's absolutely beautiful. You are a stained glass artist, and tell me a little bit about your work, where you're going to be during the tour, and what people can expect to see.
At this studio, which will be Studio 8 on the tour, it's 654 Spring Gardens Road. I'll be having myself in doing stained glass. There'll be Tammy Hext, a painter, Susan Bartolucci, a painter, and Cheryl Lax.
How did the tour start?
It was started by a small group of artists. Alison Rose was her name, and they started the tour 11 years ago. We're in our 11th year now. And I came onto the tour about 7 years ago, and it was fairly low-key at that point. So with my sort of advertising graphic design background, I sort of blew it blew it up and tried to make it bigger and better, and attracted more artists from different areas other than just Burlington, although we do focus on Burlington artists. But we do have sort of a 65 to 70 kilometer area that we will accept guest artists from. But every studio needs to be within the Burlington boundaries.
Now let's talk about you specifically. You, as I said, you're a stained glass artist. And what inspires you to do what you do?
My inspiration comes from different areas. Sometimes it will come from the glass itself. I find I'll see a piece of glass from the suppliers, and it'll say birch in winter, and so that's what it becomes. Right now, I'm doing a reflection series, so I'm starting to play with the glass layering. I've been layering glass for about 5 or 6 years now, but now I'm starting to see what happens with the reflections of the layers, whereas before I was intent on developing sort of what happens to the glass behind to the glass in front when the sun comes through it. But it was all dependent on the sun, whereas these look beautiful with or without the sun. So I'm sort of into this new reflection series, which I'm really, really happy about.
We're going to move on and meet Donna, but just tell everyone again what the hours are, and is there any cost?
It's free admission. Children are welcome, and all the artists will be demonstrating what they do on the tour, which is a big part of our Art in Action part of our tour. And it's November 2nd and 3rd from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m.
Okay, thanks, Teresa.
Thanks.
We are going to move on and meet one of the artists that's on the tour, Donna. Hi, Donna.
Hi, Deborah.
It's so nice to be here and see some of your work. We want to tell people about Donna, the artist. So give me a bit of your background.
Oh, okay. I'm from the Caribbean. I came up to go to school. I got my art degree at McMaster University, and I got married to a Canadian, and I've been here since.
Well, and I find that very interesting that you are one of the many artists who have actually made a career of doing your painting. You do other things as well, but you really have found your passion in doing acrylics. And the idea of taking your paintings home to St. Lucia is fantastic. Where did that idea come from?
I had my first solo exhibition in St. Lucia, and so I brought work down, and I got such a great response from everybody there, and so I got hooked up with a gallery down there, and so even like after I graduated, I would just bring work down.
What would your message be to young artists who really want to follow their passion to keep art as their career?
It takes a lot of courage. Courage because art is an opinion, and so whatever you put out there, everybody's going to view it as your opinion, and you can't take it back. You can build upon it. It's a conversation, but you have to be authentic so that you put what you believe out there.
You are at Studio 1,
Yes.
and Studio 1 is your home.
That's right.
And that is the first studio that people can see on the tour. Let's tell everybody where it's located.
It's at 424 Sparling Crescent. It's opposite the Longmore Park, near Appleby Line and Longmore.
And who are you going to have with you?
I'm going to have Donna Fertizzi. She's going to have some of her watercolor paintings. She does watercolor and acrylic. And I'm also going to have Louise Young. She's a jeweler.
Your work is acrylic, and you primarily paint flowers. What inspires you about plants and flowers to really, literally go inside what a flower looks like?
Well, for me, I don't think of myself as a flower painter. I guess at this point, maybe I think of it as landscape with a focus on flowers and stuff. But even before I started to do close-up flowers, I think of it more, it's sort of when I went from Canada to St. Lucia for the first time on vacation, like on school vacation, the colors just hit me. It's something internal, that feeling and so that's why I paint plants. And I could paint foliage for the rest of my life.
You're really capturing a moment in time. You have a big announcement. You have something that has happened, and it's so special, and I think it's so great, and it really identifies you as a top artist. So let's let everybody know what this is.
Okay. One of my paintings has been accepted into an international exhibition in the Louvre in Paris in December. And I'm excited to say I'm going to be able to go for the exhibition.
Well, congratulations to you on this. I wish you a very successful show right here in your hometown of Burlington.
Yeah.
And we'll look forward to seeing you at your studio. We're going to move on and talk to Cheryl Goldring now. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, how are you doing, Deb?
Good. Well, we're in front of your water.
Yes, that's
This
right.
is really your water. And you were telling me earlier you love to have water in your paintings.
I do, but really the paintings really revolve around Burlington and Northern Ontario and the East Coast.
Right. Now, you are a relatively new artist in that you've really discovered your passion for painting about 11 years ago.
That's right.
In, well, we'll call it a traditional way, but sort of not as a career idea. You actually discovered painting out of your passion.
I did. Photography actually came first, and then I sort of branched into art.
Now, you're going to be at Studio 2. So, no, Studio 2? Right. Yeah, Studio 2. So let's tell people where Studio 2 is and what artists are going to be there.
Studio 2 is at my home. It's 524 Wicklow Road. That's in Burlington. And the other artists who are going to be with me, I have a jeweler, Sylvana Terry. I have an ironworks artisan, who is Peter Schlottauer, and I have photographer Ian Cowling, who's done lovely work as well.
Let's talk about the people who would come to your event. What are they typically looking for?
A lot of them are looking to see emerging artists, basically. And another thing they're looking for, they're looking to see if there's something new or something that speaks to them. You know, you don't have to be an art major to appreciate a piece of art that speaks to you. And I think that's really the key to the tour, because there's so many accomplished artists and artisans on it that it offers something for everybody.
If you would like more information on what is happening on the tour, you can certainly find the brochures both here at Teresa Seaton's studio or at Tourism Burlington. You can also go online to artinaction.ca. If you don't have the opportunity to go on the tour, but you're interested in what the artists might be presenting, come on down to Teresa Seaton's studio right here on Spring Garden Road. You'll see some 8x8s that are available for sale, and as you can see on the wall right here, people have already taken advantage of the opportunity to purchase some goods. Reporting for Halton Insider, I'm Deb Timstra.